You can't walk very far in these parts without being greeted with a War Eagle. And boy, do they hope it will be a joyous one today. Welcome to Jordan-Hare Stadium and the home of the Auburn Tigers. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Garbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the LSU Tigers. Auburn will kick off to get us underway. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So LSU's offense is on the field for the first time today. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards.
Oh, and he can't hold the pitch, and the ball's loose. Touchdown, Tigers. Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Pocket starts to collapse. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. Keep bringing the heat like that, you can fall in line with the likes of Derek Brown or Nick Fairley.
Man, I still remember that Nick Fairley season where he put the defense on his back. Cam Newton took care of the...
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that pass intercepted. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48.
Not the start this kid was looking for. Very first pass of the day gets picked off. This is a defense that's got a lot of ball hawks on the back end, and he's got to be real careful with his eyes, not telegraph throws like he did right there. He's going to have to settle in.
Movement here from the tight end. Off play action on first down. Looking to scramble. Man, he was going to get his jaw jacked. He got down just in time. They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Finds his target down the middle. Makes a grab, and he's dragged down. The emotions and energy figure to be high all day, guys, because of what's at stake this late in the season. Really a must-win for both teams.
Yeah, these are the ones that get your blood moving, Reese. You get jacked up, man. You don't have to say anything in the locker room, give these big speeches. You know what's at stake, Jesse. You're ready to rock and roll. This is when you prove you're the big dog.
Which is pretty cool, too, because it's been a long season. And these teams obviously are both physically and mentally tired, but you're right. For this kind of game, this is the one you circled at the start of the year. You knew that this was going to matter. There was going to be a lot on the line. Now it's time to go out and prove you're the better team.
And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to win.
Lost one deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Off the boot, looking for his man. That one never had a chance. Incomplete. This could absolutely spin this game in another direction. They're going for it inside their own 30. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Got it past the marker. And they bring him down, but did you see this freshman rifle that thing in there? The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a 1st down.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's Davis. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again, trying to get to him. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
That's the end of the quarter, and Auburn has the lead. And we've come to the end of the 1st as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. He's right on target. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Grabbed over the middle. It's Daniels. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. He's going to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. Working the middle, it's complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He wants to throw. They're working that left side. And he goes down after making the grab. Picks up a few, but still short of the 1st down. Line getting set on 2nd down. He'll just keep slinging it. Fires to the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. That big play has this defense reeling, and now they'll snap it 1st and 10 from the 14. Pulls it and fires to the left. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Power football with the run. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, and to the next, to the next. The offensive line is going to have to do a lot better job, giving him some more space so he can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
And they'll get him down inside the 5, but this offense powering toward a score. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is even bigger. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. Here's the return from inside his 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. The deficit here is just 10 points, David, so a chance to answer here.
Plenty of time left in this football game. No need to panic. This offense just has to put a couple drives together. And listen, the defense will get this back and get some stops, Palmer, and get you the football back.
And I think here too, David, you have an opportunity to keep the pressure on the opponent. Yeah, they just went down and scored, but you score here, and this game's still tight. You keep their feet to the fire, so an opportunity here to keep applying that pressure.
Hit as he throws. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. This one's complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. That's caught. It's Marshall. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Looking to buy time. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the 1st down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Buying some time. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
Fires to the right. Got his man. Good job running that route to get past the sticks, because he got nothing after the catch. They'll throw it from the red zone. Good run on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
All right, defensive ends, you've got to do a better job not getting too far up the field on these pass rush situations.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, LSU.
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing, I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Makes the grab on the left. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Wants to throw on 3rd. Got it in the middle. It's Davis. And the big gain. They've got it on the 46. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. To the air on first down. Quick strike complete. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. And here on second down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. Maybe being on the right hash will help him swing that big leg for this 54-yard attempt. And it's right down the boulevard.
I don't know how much longer they could have gone trying that field goal. 50-plus, that's tough. The kicker will take it. He gave it everything he could, knocked it off the crossbar, it went in. Nice job.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well, so you have to know where your answers are.
Fires to the big fella. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. The short hands, it's Daniels. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Give to the running back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. He's looking to throw. Fires on the move. Finds a man on the left. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him. He'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Caught in the backfield, it's Davis. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got it! And he'll take it in! They couldn't get him on the ground! Touchdown, Auburn! The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale, you know.
Looking, trying to escape, cannot. The sack thwarts the 2-point try. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence that they could go back-to-back scoring drives here.
Yeah, and remember, it's not uncommon for offenses to find themselves as the game goes on. They had some things not go their way early, but they found something last drive, David. Let's see if they can build on it.
Yeah, you just pick and pick and pick until you find that place where you're like, okay, this is an advantage I have. They clearly found that, dude. They score here, we're in for a ball game.
He lobs one high down the left side. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. To the 10. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
And the running back gets his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. You want to continue to feed this guy. You can tell he's got a nose for the end zone, knows how to get in there, knows how to make things happen.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And he's going to bring it out. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Finds the tight end. This guy just oozes toughness when he runs, bangs his way to the 20.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackle.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. A 3rd and short coming from their own 20-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little extra time. Really nice job to get it past the sticks, pick up the 1st down at the 30. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Caught behind the line. It's Davis. Turns it on at midfield. And a pickup of better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. Auburn going to work with another 1st down. They go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. Off play action. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. This offense has a 2nd down play. Let's go. The give to the tailback. Open space at the 25. And the defense wrestles him to the ground.
And I know it's not a 1st down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next 3rd down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there, taking what the defense gave them.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. Tough sledding in there, picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Just drives it between the uprights.
Well, that's a huge kick right there, because now the opponent has to score a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. That put so much pressure on the opponent now. Nice job by the special teams going out and executing in a big moment.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
Trying to get behind the defense. Finds space on the right. Running toward the tape. Touchdown, LSU! That is the ultimate grab and go for the score. How about this? A 2-point conversion coming. They'll try to blast their way in. Into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, and we are all tied up here in the 4th. Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
These are the types of plays where offenses impose their will. 3rd and short from the 45. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. The punters have had the day off up to this point. First one of the game. He gets a block. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They'll give it to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
At the 45 on his way. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. It's a 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. He'll do it himself. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. The Tigers want to pick up the tempo. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. This is a designed run. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Well, this guy's a weapon, throwing it and running it, and you know he's going to try to hurt this defense with his legs.
It puts so much stress on the defensive line to chase him and the fact that the play is extended so long.
Yeah, if they've got a spy defensively, if someone's athletic enough to run with this guy, that's going to be maybe a sound move moving forward schematically.
The clock has stopped as we have reached the 2-minute warning here in the ballgame. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Direct snap. Oh, what a cut! Touchdown, Tigers! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
Man, how about this offense in crunch time, doing what they do, getting 6 on the board. Now I turn to my defense right now and said, boys, we need one more stop. Go out there, get me one more.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The defense going to stop and block with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. First down here for the offense. He'll start this drive firing. Quickly to the tight end. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Snagged in the middle. It's Davis. And they pick up just a few on that completion. He's just winning that matchup in the slot every time.
And when you put him in the slot, Reese, he's closer to the quarterback. It's an easier throw. We can run in, we can run out, and really take advantage of his versatility of the guy in that slot position.
Makes the catch. It's Davis. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. They keep attacking through the air. Snagged on the outside, it's Davis. And he gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They've got a 1st down. They're in plus territory, and they've got a chance to win the game. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Takes the easy one to the back. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Get it out on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. He'll get rid of it. Got his man all by himself. Tremendous awareness to get what he could and get out of bounds, and now the offense trying to score one late. They ripped off a huge chunk, and now a little chunk is needed to pay it off. Quarterback adapting. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Auburn!
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game now. All you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do, just like practice. Knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. A pretty good bit of ground to cover here, Jesse, but they've got some time to work with.
They do, so tempo is going to be important. You got to go fast. You just got to make good decisions at the quarterback position.
And those good decisions are throwing the ball beyond the sticks, using the sidelines to get out of bounds, trying to maximize this time and get in a position to win.
Receiver looks it in, it's complete. Stopped after making the catch. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. Got his man downfield. Timeout is called by the offense. 16 seconds left in the game.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single cover.
He lost one down the sideline. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? You just can't hit the quarterback like that. The defender got caught red-handed. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And this will be for the win. It's good! A powerful kick, never a doubt for the game. That's the entire scenario you build up in your head in the backyard. Final drive, everything on the line, and you get the W.
So dang cool. How many times did you do it in your backyard just like that, like you're talking about, Reese, making the play to win the game on the final drive when your team needed it the most, Jesse, just coming through in the clutch.
Yeah, as players, you love this, and that's why you rep it in practice throughout the week, these 2-minute type situations late in games. What are you going to dial up? What can you go execute? What can you lean on in order to get the W here? Great job by the offense.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.